Okay, and we are back. I am live, and I am with the fabulous and sole representative of the Australian national team, wonderful Malcolm Hudson, otherwise known as the man who wins everything. So, how are you doing today, Malcolm?
I'm doing well. I'm the sole Australian here. I am unable to play all 5 boards simultaneously, so I'm here at your pleasure for the day.
It is wonderful, and it's a pleasure to have you here. So how have you found the tournament so far?
Well, there's a lot of action. Some very close results, and a couple of thrashings. So a normal tournament so far.
Any stupendous jokers or anti-jokers you've seen so far?
No. France and Germany went to the MP to decide that rubber, and the French prevailed. And I think they had.
I'm very happy about that, I have to say. I'm not completely unbiased. I'm a member of the French Federation, just for maximum clarity and transparency. For anyone at home who thinks I might be supporting the British team, this is not entirely the case.
I understand.
Yes. So we have a good friend of mine who's going to be playing. I can see him on the left at home. Let me just switch over to the player view so you can just have a good look at Mr. Ivan Bourgnon. You don't have to pronounce his second name if you don't want to.
No, the Frenchman.
Yes.
Frenchman.
Ivan. He is in the headphones on the left. He is waiting. He lives in the fairly central French town of Limoges, known for its porcelain. He's a very strong player. I believe he is N1. He's been on the French team for a long time. He was a member of their championship winning team. I think it was 2 years ago, and they won in Skopje. And you can see next to him is Tristan Remy, widely considered the best player in France. He is G2 now. He has surpassed the other 2 Grandmasters. He's already started. And we also have, I know we have Alain Babillon who is playing. I do have a list of people who are on this. You can't see everyone. We have Eric Benichou, known specifically for the Benichou sequence, where he had one on the bar, everyone in, and managed to lose a backgammon. It was pretty impressive. I have a new member of the team, Antoine Blanc. Okay, here we are.
And can you pronounce all of the Greek names for me, please?
I can pronounce none of the Greek names, but I should say that we are seeing Maniolis, Maniolis. I'm going to do my best.
Okay. There we go. We can.
All right, fantastic. So in the white shorts we have Ivan Bourgnon, and in the black shorts we have Michalis. I'll see if I can get some chat up. We have been having some technical issues with the internet connection, so this match is being recorded. If it is a bit laggy, I will make sure it is uploaded for your viewing satisfaction. But if you're placing bets, don't put it on the pre-recorded ones. So
I'm having trouble on the small screen, even with my glasses, so I'll just move in a bit closer.
Okay, I will call the dice for you.
No, I can sit.
All right, so we have a 2-5 going. And down after a 2-1, where Michaelis actually went for the quite conservative split and down. I'm a big fan of the aggressive slot and down for the 2-1 opening. So, a nice point made, 4-2. 4-1. Do you double hit here?
Well, he probably hasn't got a lot of choice, because if he doesn't double hit, what does he do here? So anything else is just passive, coming down or coming out. So he's got a chance here. This is the play. Okay,
the 6 is it's already rewarded. Double 6 from the bar, with on the bar. Obviously not a cube yet, but it's still pretty welcome. There's a third one up. So a strong start from Ivan. 5-1. Okay, he gets the hit. Would you say this gives Michaelis the advantage already?
Well, it depends on the roll.
Yes.
Depends what comes out next.
Another double 6 from the bar?
Now I say our friend might have an advantage here.
Well, Michaelis has still got one on the bar, which is the thing. But most 2s will hit. We're quite away from the cube, but 1-6 is ugly. What do? Do you slot the 7, or do you come out into the double shot?
I would come out here I'd come from the 24 point out. It's not the double shot that we think it is, because he's on the bar, and if he does manage to come and re-hit, there'll be many return shots. So,
wow.
But mind you, if these players just want to play silly games all day and not re-enter, what can we say?
I think this is the first time I've seen 3 double 6 from the double six dances from the bar in one game. I think this might be one of those silly matches that we sometimes get and are fun to commentate. The cube is interesting because he's threatening to put another one on the bar. Any twos, sevens, nines will hit. Double five is obviously crushing as well.
He's got some threats here, but I think Evan has quite a lot of play. He could even survive quite adequately after being hit with a 2. He can't survive with the jokers that you've called on him, double 3 and double 5. I think in these positions he's going to be thinking, well, I'm hit with the 2, how am I looking, how much game have I got? And he's got plenty of game. There we go.
And once again, I've managed to switch to get the players on the wrong way. I thought I had done it correctly this time. I did check, and obviously I checked badly, so let me check that. Sorry, thank you, Eve, for pointing that out.
Yes, thank you, Eve.
This is a recurring thing. So.
You seem to have a bit of a form in this by having players the wrong way from.
No,
I have heard.
Yeah, I like to keep my spectators on their toes. So, okay, let me just switch the flags around as well, and we will be right back. So I will just. Okay, so yes.
I like the Australian flag, but it's not flying this weekend.
It's not flying this weekend, but it is for other tournaments. And maybe if you decide you want to play in the individual and you decide you want to be streamed, then it would be next to your name. Okay, so Yves, thank you. Yves Bourgnon is a loyal follower of my many streams and obviously observant as well. So that's great. Okay, so let me see if I can just get this up and see. Okay, all right. So what have we got? What have I missed?
Well, I think correctly elected not to split into the face into all of those builders, and he's building a board for later on.
Indeed.
I think that's the game plan here.
So yeah, because it's going to be pretty tough for Evan to play this. Although, for Michaelis to run off. But there's a lack of flexibility in Evan's checkers, so he's going to be looking for blitzing plays if he can do it. So 2-5 from the bar is a bit of an ugly one. Where do you prefer to come in here?
Well, his concern is that other blot over there, on there, so he could probably come in the 5 and duke it out, or alternatively comes on the 2 and comes down with the 5. There is 2 choices.
You wouldn't go for the passive play of coming on the 5 and playing 9-7?
I think I'd come on with the 2 and come 5. It's not about me, it's about what's he thinking here. We don't know anything about this player. How does he play? Okay. His choice will be to come down or lift that block, and he's come down.
Okay. So double 5. This makes a lot of board, but it doesn't do anything with those back checkers.
Black nearly wants to improve on this roll.
Oh, and this double 6 is pretty fast. I think you just have to bring 2 down. Okay. Okay, so the double 6 is a brutal roll. It should give him enough time to do something with those back checkers if Evan can come in. We seeing a recube already here?
Well, he's thinking about it. He's going to hit with some 7s, some 8s, and he's going to split with 2s and 4s without hitting while his opponent's on the bar. I think the question is here, what's the opponent going to do if he is killed? You'll probably ask that question first.
You got to take it because you might roll something horrible like double 5. Double 3 is pretty rough. 5, 6. As soon as Evan comes in with a 5, then if he doesn't manage to get hit, he's doing extremely well. Although obviously if he gets hit, he's losing a lot of gammons.
So to the immediate parlay, if he gets hit, it's grim. If he's not hit and manages to split, His opponent's still on the roof, so
Yeah, that would certainly be a pass.
you could probably,
Now, okay. Yeah, now he's lost his market by a massive margin. So, based on this rollout of one, I believe the cube would have been good. I think it's a difficult cube to take, though. You really want to take it, but you have to acknowledge the gammon threat. Right. 4-5. He only hits one, comes down. There's still some funny numbers. Double 4 I'm looking at. Alright, double 5 is a beauty. Did he not hit that? No, he couldn't. No, sorry.
Came from the 3 points.
Okay, well, he doesn't miss now. So that's 3 on the bar. What would you say the gammon chances are here?
Well, 3 on the bar with 4 outside is a substantial favourite for a gammon. Don't ask me the percentage. Perhaps somebody in the chat will tell us, but let's just say many gammons are coming his way.
Yeah, the only way to save the gammon is to hit, I think. Double 5. Oh, he gets the shot. He gets the shot.
There we go.
Do you take 3 off, or do you? Yeah, I don't see why not. You leave the same number of shots.
Same shots. Extra checker might come in
And
handy.
he chose wrong.
Yep.
I'm gonna say he's still overwhelming favorite here. I think he's still too good.
He doesn't want to come in low, that's what he's worried about. He doesn't want to come in with a 1 necessarily.
Well, I think even if he comes in with a
1-5, 1-6, he doesn't ruin his position, but he's stuck back there a little bit. That's an easy. I'm going to ask the question.
Okay, 1-6,
So Evan's outboarded here. It's a 4-point board to a 3-point board.
I think that was still too good. I think even if he'd come in low with like a 1-5, unless Evan came in with both, I think he could have cubed. I think he could quite comfortably play on. Go into the. Sorry, let me just solve the technical. I'll leave you in the very capable hands of Malcolm.
He has a choice here, coming in with the 3 and bringing another builder down to the 8 point, coming with the 5 and taking a risk and bringing a builder to the 10 point, which is a little bit too risque, so this looks like the play.
Okay, sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen of the fine upstanding backgammon community.
If anybody missed James on the commentary there, just feed it into the chat. We missed you, James.
Oh, I see Simon Bargett is with us. This is fantastic.
Hello, Simon.
Excellent player, excellent streamer. Okay, 6-1. Okay, 4-5. This is beautiful roll. Just anchor up.
He's very happy with his position, and Matt needs to recover as quickly as he can.
All right, double 5 is a bit of a dog. Just make this 3 from the midpoint. I don't like it. Yeah, this seems about the best you can do. You don't really want to give up your midpoint when you got those 2 checkers back.
Well, White's free rolling here. He'll probably take his time to think whether he should cube or not. He's elected not to.
Yeah, I think he's rolled something pretty good. I think unless Evan can anchor or run, then we. Okay, this is not a cube saver. Okay, Amir says it's too good. Ab Halim says, Malcolm, check your mobile. I think someone's trying to get hold of you.
It's Mr. B. Abdul, my double partner from Montenegro and
okay, we got a
Montenegro and Montenegro.
6-2 from Michalis. It looks like he's thinking about the slot.
Thank you, Abdul, for taking a picture of me on the stream there and sending it to me on my mobile.
It's a useful contribution from the community. I like it. I like it a lot. And I miss this. I believe that he is looking at slotting the bar point, which seems pretty reasonable considering you need it. You can't let him run to safety. He's got the blot.
He's got the blot. He's got an
6-4
anchor
is
here.
duplicated.
Cube's still available to both players, and
Yeah.
if he gets missed, he's quite possibly be able to cash here. So
Yeah. Okay. So double 5 is not what he wanted at all. But he does make his board. It does shift some traffic. This could actually be a cube.
Yeah, well, he's going to make his bar with a lot of rolls, and if he does, black is very stripped on the outside. Of course, the race is a consideration. But,
Okay, it looks like he's made his bar.
Yes.
Oh, but we've 2 down.
Yeah, 2 down safe. I'm still stuck as to perhaps he had a cube then.
I think so, because now it looks like he's lost his mark. Although he certainly has a cube now. He's threatening to make either the 6 prime or just avalanche down on his head. Evan can't afford to leave any blots, but I think no matter what happens, it's double pass. Yeah. Now he sends it, and
So the chap will tell us whether it was a missed cube or not previously. I don't know if Michaelis thought about it for long enough. It may not have been a cube, but I think it was worth some thought.
yeah.
Mainly because of the checkers behind the anchor and the strip position. So he won't be taking, he's just gathering his thoughts.
Yeah, Amir says the market is lost.
Yeah.
So
I think Amir is telling us it was a cube on the previous roll. Amir, is that what we're thinking? Abdul, I haven't got a doubles partner for the individuals event starting on Thursday, so hop on a plane, please.
off from Montenegro, you could drive.
No, he's in Kuwait.
Still drive.
Still drive.
A lot longer drive.
No, it's too far for his chauffeur.
Yeah, I think that you can't do it. It's way too dangerous. And Black has no counterplay. Admittedly, he has a 4-point board against a 3-point board, but there's so many crushing numbers
But
here.
he's only a prime up and come out or hit him off the edge of the prime there. Not a lot of scope for Black.
No, this is a good pass.
Purely
I
nice.
think he should have cubed earlier. I think he had some really strong cubes, some very difficult decisions. So it looks like Michaelis is a little bit conservative with his cubes, a little bit hesitant with certain ones. So we're gonna see if this continues. Okay, double 1 to open, a nice null opening again. All right, 4-2, classic. Okay, 4-3, split down.
If not now, when? So he needs to split there.
Yeah, you want to fight for that point. 1-2, certainly hitting there. Such a pain when you make the 6 and the 4. When you make a 4 and your opponent makes the 20. Okay, that hits. And what do you do with the 2 here?
Well, I would either continue or push up at the back. You don't want to introduce a 4th blot. So I'm thinking I would push up. It's not about me. So I sort of like this play. It only gives him 4-6, and the other 6 to hit in the 5-point for the reshots. So
Yeah, no, I think it's good. So we got a double 5.
interesting.
You just hit, I think.
Well, he's
Hit
going
twice,
to double
yeah.
hit twice, or
Make,
hit
oh,
twice.
actually, yeah. Or you're unhappy when he rolls a 5, but not that unhappy.
But 2 on the roof, 3-point board.
Okay. And enters with 1. This is certainly a cube, and I think it's a pass. No, Black has nothing here. Yeah, would you take this?
Yes. Would I take this? I don't think so. Black doesn't have anything. Black's under attack with 1s, 6s, 8s, and 10s.
The score
You
is
think
a
you've got some play?
consideration.
Yeah, at this score, Michaelis would be a tad more conservative, perhaps, on normal cube, but this is a very strong cube. Evan wants to play a little bit more aggressively to try and close the gap. This is probably not the position to do so.
No, he needs to be extremely lucky.
Is it that the okay?
Oh,
let's
he
play.
takes it. This seems.
Well done, Evan.
This seems like Simon says it's likely to be too good. But 5-2 is a bit of a dog. He could have hit on the ace point, but I prefer just bringing material. If he can roll a 5, then he's right back in it.
He's right back in. But I think
he gets it.
He gets the pass. But I think it was a big pass.
I think it was too dangerous.
He's had to struggle to get to this position, and still doesn't have a lot going for him.
Well, I suppose with Michaelis not having moved his back checkers, this is. He does say he can shoot, but I think you got to make the anchor.
So he'll just settle in there now for a while.
Weather is a storm.
Weather the storm as best he can.
Well, this is a little bit awkward. Do you just bring it into the 4 and split? Or do you try and tempt him off the anchor?
Well,
you could do that. I didn't notice that.
That's not bad for long term. That's a better point to make than the 10 point. And then he can concentrate on bringing his back men out.
Apparently the stream has gone. Yeah, we've been having connection issues here in Greece. We're a little bit remote, so just for this reason, these matches are being recorded and we will put them online later. So sorry about that, guys, but we are working on it. We have a guy with a Starlink trying to set that up, so we'll see what that does.
So Evan's got some counterplay now, so nothing better to do than make his 4 and his 11.
Yeah.
And he's got an advanced anchor, so he is right back in this game.
For sure. Alright. 4-2 now for Michaelis. That's beautiful. You just make the anchor.
A poor joke would be to say that roll was very fortuitous at this time.
How many times have you said that?
Once for this tournament and once only.
It's good. Keep your powder dry for the next one. Okay. Another 4-2, which is less fortuitous.
Didn't have a choice. Yeah, he didn't have a choice.
And a +6. Can't even run very well. It may just hit off the deuce. You don't really need your midpoint now you've made the 18.
I think this is why perhaps with the benefit of hindsight, why the 7 point was better than the 10 point earlier.
Yeah.
With this racing position, the 10 and 11 have to be cleared awkwardly.
Okay. But I don't see anything else than hitting. Try to remove the goalkeeper. Then okay. I think you got to hit and then double hit.
Okay, games at.
So that's a pretty nice return. If he can get missed here, he might have a recube. He does not get missed with double 1. And the last one is probably just making the 12 point. Oh no, sorry, those are. I'm looking at the wrong colour.
Yeah, that's black over there.
They'd have loved to make the 12 point.
Yeah.
Always look at the illegal moves. Okay, that dances. And double 2. Does that do anything interesting?
Stream is back up.
This is good.
Not for Amir.
So we're looking at the switch of play. I don't love these blitz style plays when the opponent's anchored, but I really don't see much else here. Especially when those 2 blocks are still there.
Well,
This double 5 will do something. Oh, point on the 3, right?
Not a lot of choice.
Yeah. I think you got to go for counter play, otherwise you leave indirect shots anyway.
So he's very happy with his 10 point here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I'm just very happy with that double 5. Ooh. Yeah, this looks almost forced.
Good play there by Michaelis. I mean, he may as well duke it out now.
Yeah. Sort of really weird, kind of lopsided mutual holding game. I might have considered remaking the mid here rather than hitting. The hit is you don't have much to follow it up with.
He hasn't got a lot of ammunition over there. He's got 10 in the zone.
You got 4 on on the 20 point.
And he doesn't have another block to go after. Making the midpoint sort of settles the game down a little bit, where this can go ugly very quickly.
Yeah.
So,
well, the mid puts so much pressure on the 18 point anchor as well, and it gets punished for it. Yeah, I think it was a bit of an overplay from Ivan. Maybe if he
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I think it could. I mean,
potentially if he'd been able to send a 4 cube, that might have been okay. You go like all in for it, but
well, you're on song earlier. I hadn't even thought of the cube. So there we go.
all right, 6-3 for Michalis. Quiet play.
Right play.
Yeah.
Just play this. Just play this.
Just win the race.
Yeah, Evan hasn't got much flexibility here in how he plays going forward.
Not a great deal.
He has to tiptoe through the tulips.
Well, their boards are pretty much equal. I'd say Evans is slightly stronger, but he just got to move those back checkers. And here is another tricky roll. He can wanted to be fancy. He could make his 4 point, but it's a little
bit fancy. I mean, name of the game here is escape. This has got to get him home. He's getting a little bit thin on the ground on this side of the board, so he doesn't lose any builders. So
I think this could continue, right?
Yeah, I would just continue. Yes.
I'm not sure I want to put a blot in my board when my opponent really wants to hit. So did this do anything? Not a huge amount. He's leaving a double shot whatever he does.
He's taking his time, and it warrants a lot of thought, this position. Yeah. That's the creative too.
He can duplicate 4. No, he can't. He can duplicate nothing at all, really.
So I think he's got to ask himself here, look, it's a double shot, so where do I want to be if I missed? And I think he needs to continue if he's missed, because then he's got the ability to slot the 5 point or so. So if I missed, where do I want that blot? And I think it's here.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Although you still really want to mobilize those extra checkers on the anchor. Well, I suppose it's not really the priority at the moment.
In this way, I'll give him 2s and 3s and 6s out and 5s and 4s in from the other side. So
it might be worth considering duplicating 5s and cover as well. But
3, there we go.
This is an ugly hit.
Yeah, he might even shoot that hit here. He's going to count the race and work out where he is.
I might just run to the 13. Although now you hit and just make the 17. It's got to be pass. You don't love being hit in return, but it's not fatal. All right, and that's coming out. So what are the hits? Aces, 2s, 7s, 9s.
Known as a hell of a lot of hits.
Yeah, and that's the 9.
But
it's not without risk.
What's 4 blots between friends?
It smells like a recube.
That's it.
No, I don't know. I like the hit, but I think putting a spare on the 6 is rarely a bad idea.
I think White here, with White just wants to come home. He doesn't need the volatility of hits and all those sorts of things. He just wants to come home before Black improves his board.
I agree. Here, Evan can play very safe and just put a 4th checker on his 11 points. But I'm not sure he needs to. But I'm just thinking that everything else leaves a double shot.
Well, this is it's not so much a safe play as it's many wins will come later from this position without being hit now.
Yeah, you just don't want to be on the bar.
Well, hit and cover would have been very orcs.
So, ooh. You happy breaking a point here?
Well, I think so, because he's definitely going to come off the 18 point next time, I would think. He's not going to leave him a double shot to go forward. Small numbers he'll be able to play to the 1 point, with 3 2s and 2 1s and 4 1s. Let's see what he does here. I'm glad he's got all the tough decisions and whatnot.
Yes.
I didn't realise how easy commentary was.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you can just.
Well, because even if you make an error, it doesn't matter. But no, it's all about you giving a bit of context, a bit of depth. A player of your experience, I'm sure, has quite a lot to offer here. So
Well, this has been an interesting game so far. There's a lot of pussyfooting around and pivot points where it could go. It could have swung a couple of times.
Yeah. 2-3. Well, you just got to 6, right? You really want to come out and take advantage of those inner point blocks.
Yeah, but then the difficulty is if you get hit and miss on recoming, he's got time to scoot these difficult checkers home. So he's 3 outside points. I get this, but there's quite a lot of really nice numbers. 3-5 is not one of them. Yeah, this is very feasible. Once again, you don't love being hit, but if you're coming in on the ace point, it's not so bad. This seems, and if there's a fan, I think we have a cube. Oh, the cube's already gone. This is the opportunity while he's been not wanting to be on the bar, we might scurrying around.
Yeah, it seemed reasonable. All you want to do is get everyone around, so you really don't want to be hit.
Now he's got the board, and while he's up there, now he's got a double shot to hit the indirect and some rolls that do many things. So he doesn't have to worry about too much here other than double 5.
Okay.
May have wanted to take the risk there. So.
He should be worried about his own double 3s as well. No, double 5 doesn't hit anywhere anymore.
Getting in, can't be bad. Can't be a bad thing.
Yeah. Okay, we found the 5. What does it come with? It comes with another 5.
Another 5. What do you think?
And this is about as good as it gets for Ivan.
He did protect against those on the previous roll when he came in. And
this is going to be difficult to cover both. He covers 1. So he's leaving the 2s and the 7s.
Stream's gone very quiet. Come on, guys, we need some feedback here.
He finds the 2. You'd love to put a builder on the 7, but it's too dangerous. I think this seems more reasonable.
5-4 is it, unless he rolls 2 7s. So this is.
You got to respect that 5-point board.
Yeah, it gives him an incremental gain in match winning, in game winning chances here, and also helps a little bit by not getting hit often and putting the gammon back in play.
Okay, 1-3, he's in. Okay. There are some nice rolls here. 4-1 is one of them. Okay, so Evan's got a little bit of game, especially if Maniolis can't get out of here, which he cannot. So he's crunching gently. These kind of positions, you got to be really careful not to miss your recubes. I don't think he has one yet. He doesn't really have anything attacking that point. He doesn't have enough coverage in the outfield.
I think he's probably going to diversify in his next roll and leave him a few indirects at the wrong time. Perhaps he could diversify, and then if he's not hit on the indirects, then he can recube.
Sure. Although
in the end, I mean, Maniolis is going to think there's only a 4-point board here that I'm up against. But the other thing is very weak here on the outside. I don't think the stream can see me pointing here, but they know what we're referring to.
Yeah, there's still some contact even if he gets out, although minimal contact. It's going to be pretty hard for Maniolis to roll an 8 cube, I think, to shift it to 8. So we're going to have to see how this one plays out. For me, I don't quite consider it a cube yet, just because he doesn't have enough coverage. So he could play it on. Okay, double 6 makes the 8-point maybe. I don't know if you want to give up the 5-point, the 20-point.
Yes,
but I don't see what else you're doing, unless you want to put a builder on the 3 and the 2 on the 5.
Well, he wants to play against him rolling a 6, and therefore weakening his position inside, and that's not as dangerous if you give up the anchor. It's an interesting position.
This forms a natural part of the problem.
Yeah, there's a couple of jokers there, but
So double six is the massive one. Six,
Yeah.
6-5.
So
is very
McCullers is
good.
not unhappy with this because he's sitting back there for a while. He might want to push up now to take away the 4-1 or so. Yeah. Because Evan won't be too keen to hit him loose on the 2-point if he comes up, so I think he's found that there.
Obviously now he can't come out with 6s, but he comes up with 5s. The only kind of clean one he's got now though is 5-6, and even that leaves a shot.
Would he take a double 5?
So 5 is you take it because you're coming out, but you're not loving it. I think this cube is pretty nice.
Simon gave us an estimate there of .994 at the score.
This was a
Yes,
little while back.
Have you put that in, Simon?
Just a quick update on the women's side. We have Gukali Gudaran, Turkey, who's beating
He'll have, a look,
Amagdi.
he'll have a look at this. He's holding the cube, and he's
All right.
cube won't be going anywhere for a while now.
Yeah.
After that,
That double 6 is a pretty nice
punched him. And I think
ball.
he had his hopes there, but on the race he was right in that. But
Now it's harder. I don't see many Yamans coming up here though. The question is, you put the builder on the 6, or do you stay out to get a maximum shots on the Joker 1-6?
well, I think you want to get maximum shots if he re-enters with the 1 here.
Because you're gonna
So
have to
if
attack.
he gets, I mean, you're going to hit him loose if he re-enters with the 1. If he gets a 1-6, you're going to have a double shot. So
I'd put that.
interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
seems
So he
like
maintains double shot outside with the Joker 1-6.
okay, not quite there, but the double 6. 6-2. Andre, I don't think the online brackets are up yet. I know that Judy has been working on them, but I will keep you posted. Make sure you follow the WBGF Facebook page. There's lots of news and updates on that. Okay. So people are reacting to Evan's double 6. And okay, so he's looking to turn this match around by quite a way. This 6-4 is ugly.
Is it?
It's not. You're stacking on the 5, which you don't love, but I don't see anything else. You don't really want to switch from the 6 to the 2.
I do. They're going to play all right for him.
Yeah, all right, 1-5. Finally, he's in, but he's now losing the race. 5-3. Takes 2 off. I don't think you
Take
need.
the 5 off, and taking 2 off is not bad. It's a little bit fancy to play 5-2, thinking I'll point on him next roll or so. And in backgammon, you've got to get those checkers off.
Oh, indeed.
So we know that he's not favoured to roll the 6, and there's not a lot of damage if he takes another one off. Looking at the race, he's stuck back there and he's out there. That's what's that, 24 and 8. So, well, just a little bit more diversified, but it leads to a number of rolls in the next shape. We'll only be getting 1 man off. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Can't be bad to take it off.
He's unclear of the original position. Have our paparazzi.
Hang on, Julie. Vanity prevails. There you go.
You may or may not see photos of us on social media, local and national newspapers, live television.
But an interesting one about the chap here. It's the diversification looks good, but I think it's all about getting checkers off.
Yeah, because if he comes out with a 6,
If he comes out with a 6,
the race might be close.
And the other way, if he doesn't come out with a 6, you're going to rip off again, or point on him, or pick and pass him. So
Yeah. This just seems a little bit fancy. I don't think he's needed.
What's he played here now? I was distracted. So.
He's put it back on the. He put everything back the way it was.
Right, there we go. So he's not going to hit him loose here. He's going to take the 5 off. Now he's going to think about the 3s. Yeah.
He will take a while over these. I've played him a couple of times before, and these technical plays, he does not rush them. Oh no, getting hit is
getting hit's not good because then
dangerous.
it's 5-point board versus 5-point board, and one player will already sitting on the 1 point awaiting a 6. So.
Like potentially, if he was completely stripped, if all his spares were on the ace point and had a lot of entering numbers that broke the board, it could be doable. But it seems a little bit of an overplay to me. You're not really winning any gammons.
And we don't need 5 men on the 5 point there.
No.
So if we take one off and then concentrate on the 3, it'll be interesting to see what Evan does. What would you do, James?
I'd rip 2 off. I would not hit. Oh, the hit seems too much for me.
So in essence, a third of the time he's going to be on the roof.
Yeah.
There he goes.
5-4.
All good.
Alright, so
Close
this board.
He'll just bring it home now.
This is fine.
I think the loose hit was perhaps a little bit unnecessary, and
I don't think he gained enough from it.
No. Well, as I said, a third of the time you're going to be hit in round terms, and then.
And your structure is bad after as well. So you're annoyed. I don't even know if you're favoured to cover it.
I'm sure the chat will tell us.
Well, I'll be seeking those few gammons.
Yeah,
there are a couple.
Is the chat aware that we don't have the benefit of XG here? We're winging it.
Indeed. I prefer that. I like having a couple of fallible commentators. Rather than someone the XG speaking ex cathedra.
Yeah.
After this. So 6-5. He leaves the shot. The 4 is huge here. And it's a 1. It comes with a 6. Okay, this saves a lot of gammons. I think dancing there would have been overly dramatic. But there still are some. If he rolls poorly, Evan does have some decent chances. 9 is good.
Okay.
Any big double is a killer. 3-1 is not that.
Well, he's still hanging his hat on. Trips or better on the next roll.
Okay, so double 3 or better. Double 3 or better.
The stream is saying it's lagging still.
And he gets it. Wow,
Yeah, wow.
that is huge. 8-3. I like that recube. What can I say? Yeah, we're aware of the issue, guys. We are doing our best to resolve the lag. We're working with Starlink and the management, everyone we can to get it with you. But please bear in mind that this will be rebroadcast as a video on the channel this week, so you will be able to catch up. If you want to hear our delightful commentary and our faces in full motion, it'll be fine.
Players are taking a break.
I think if
I think
I was
it's been
Michaelis,
good.
I would take a break too.
He wants to take the wind out of Evan's sails after that and regroup.
Oh, for sure. So why don't we switch back so the viewers at home can chat to us directly if they want to. If they want to, just make sure we keep an eye on the board to see what's going on. So you are unfortunately not participating in this event,
no,
but you're going to be here for the Greek Grand Prix individual event.
Yeah, so it's Monday and that event starts on Thursday. Yeah. So I'm here at your beck and call for the next 3 days.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you. And I have to say, for obviously you can't see outdoors from the stream.
Yeah, no, I just want to confirm to everybody on the stream there that I am not Carter Matty.
Oh. So, yes, this is something that...
I don't know if Carter would be happy with that, and I'm not happy with that, so
okay.
You're not pleasing anyone, James.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
Okay, so, sorry, something I did. Malcolm, obviously, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Hudson.
So...
and I have changed...
Capital M.
No, it's switched to an American keyboard layout, which is fun. There we go. And I will just make it a little bit smaller so it will fit nicely in there. And okay. So, Malcolm Hudson, now everyone can see and spell your name. Tell us a bit about yourself and your backgammon career.
Well, I've played for a long time, or
Yeah.
some would say I've played poorly for a long time. It's a matter of perspective. And the Australian scene was very big a long time ago, and then of course it got pokered.
Yes, that has all over the place.
Australia's a long way away, of course, from the northern hemisphere, and for really anybody in the southern states or on the east coast, they're effectively looking at 24 hours travel from east coast, south coast, Australia to Dubai, and then onto Europe or the other way to the States. So it's very hard for us to get those players that will travel to travel at the same time. So I've played for a long time, and then our club went into a bit of decline. We're famous, the Melbourne Chouettes, well known around the world. We played every Monday night for 37 years.
Wow, is it still going?
No,
Okay.
sort of petered out about eight years or so ago. When I say every Monday night, other than Easter and Christmas and Hanukkah and all the other holidays that we had to observe.
Of course.
And then with COVID coming along, it seemed to have put a bit of a spark in the game because a lot of players
discovered it online
and have played, and I think the clubs are having a little bit of a benefit of that.
How many people are in your club at the moment?
Well, in my state,
picked up a bit?
there's 3 clubs in my hometown in Melbourne, and their numbers range from 10 to 30 on any given night. I mean, once a week or so. The Sydney clubs are stronger, and there's a strong club in the Gold Coast, which is northern New South Wales and southern Queensland. We don't have a lot of tournaments. We have a tournament in November. It's a field of 128 for the Australian Championships. First round are about 40, 50, 60 entrants or so.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
It fills easily. That's a great tournament to go to. The Gold Coast is the equivalent of Florida in terms of it's being a holiday with.
I was wondering where you were going with the equivalent of Florida.
Lots of beachside apartments and restaurants or so in good weather, and lots of activities, and of course, and you can get up close and personal with the Australian wildlife, jellyfish and crocodiles and
I've heard they're
spiders,
very friendly, very curious.
Spiders and snakes. Just onto myself, I had a break for a little play tournament for about nearly 20 years. We just played our Chouettes or so.
Okay. Did you jump on the poker bandwagon?
No, I've no interest for me. So I like the much more friendly banter and discussion and being involved in every role and every play when you play backgammon. Whereas to sit there and just folding your cards in is not my idea of a good time. Not taking anything away from those poker players that are good and those poker players that play both backgammon and poker. So
there does seem to be quite a lot of overlap between them. I think 15, 20 years ago, a lot of players made the switch, and I think a lot of them have come back since.
I think so, James. And back on myself, my wife didn't play backgammon 2 years ago. Now she plays backgammon. She didn't play golf 2 years ago. Now she plays golf. She didn't like the family boat 15 years ago, and she still doesn't like the family boat. So that's I'm left with the boat for a bit of solitude.
Two out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah. So we played a lot of online Chouettes since COVID, and that's continued.
Yeah. So how do online Chouettes work? How does everyone send their cube?
Well, the well-known Mate was hosted a game for 5 years from Budapest. We would all zoom in. It was a live game with a baffle box. And he would roll the dice and move the checkers as instructed. That was a very tough Chouette with a number of the world's giants playing.
Wow.
In that game. There was safety in numbers, in that the box would take a partner, and sometimes I'd be looking around, and there was no injured wildebeest behind me. I was it. So, but that was a good way to play. It was fun.
Imagine you
And
learned a great deal.
Learned a great deal sitting at the feet of the giants, and at the same time, Joe Russell has hosted a game for 5 years or more, and that's played on XG electronically, and similar sort of thing there. And
Okay, so you get the analysis live as well if you need it.
well, Joe's very good, because after each game for the lesser mortals, which is everybody else in the game, he will run through the game looking at the errors and blunders and cue decisions. So it's a good way to get playing lessons, and occasionally you can win.
Yeah, occasionally.
So occasionally
Just
you
for
can win.
those who don't know, Joe Russell is a world champion. So he is not a minor player.
No, he's been in the Giants forever and a day, and he's won the World Championship. He's been a runner-up on another occasion, and does particularly well in some of the online tournaments.
Yeah, I played him a couple of years ago in the World Teams event, no, the World Club event, where I think 3 players per team.
Yes.
And I played. I was in a team with him, Bob Wachtel, and another extraordinarily strong. I think it was Neil Kazaros as well. So we managed to beat them, so I was pretty happy.
Well, the Americans have just won that event again 2 days ago, and
Wow.
Bob Wachtel, we can't talk about how old Bob is, and Joe Russell, we can't talk about how old Joe is, and Steve Sachs. So that's a pretty handy team, and they managed to win. And in the finals, both Joe and Bob Wachtel played at PRs of 2.3. So I think there's life in the old boys yet, and that's one of the beauties of our game, where we've got all the young guns up against the experienced players. So
We are seeing some young players come. Like in the French team, the average age has come down. Obviously, you can see Tristan, who's I think is in his 30s or 40s. Ivan, he's a bit younger than I am. He's in his early 30s. A couple of newcomers, Antoine Blanc, who is an M2 from Toulouse.
yeah, I love the way you say. Can you just say that again for the stream with that accent?
Antoine Blanc, who's
Antoine
an M2. Antoine Blanc. Anthony
Antoine
Blanc.
Okay.
From Toulouse, he's M2. We have another newcomer, Valentin Marotte. He's very strong. He only started playing relatively recently, but his level has shot up. Okay.
Okay, we're back. So
We're back. You guys can turn the volume back up.
that's enough of my last enough of my last backgammon story for now, and it hasn't impressed anybody in the chat. So we'll think of another subject.
Oh, no, but
So,
it doesn't seem that
Nick is dusting himself off from sitting on the nice lead that he had, and now he's 8-3.
Yeah.
The important thing here is Evan will be a little bit more more conservative with the cue. Some players tend to tighten up far too much when they're this close, but he will.
No, he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. He can play to win. He's 3 away.
But he's not. He's going to be fairly. He's going to be cautious with the cube.
Of course,
that's for
he
sure.
doesn't want to see a 4 cube coming at him,
Yeah.
any sort of gammon rig when it's 3 there. So you can look for some conservative action.
Yeah, and his gammons are of reduced value anyway.
Of course,
So
and
he could go for a natural gammon, get to Crawford, and be very
yeah,
happy.
and before XG and things like that in days gone by, you used to think about cubing them in and cubing them out, and this next point is very important to Evan if he can get it.
Oh,
at 9
absolutely.
points. So it's not so much a DMP game, of course, but he'll be very pleased to take a point.
I think one of the things that he's really going to want to do is try and establish a defensive anchor as quickly as possible to stop any aggressive cubes from Michaelis. 6-1. Yeah, making the 7 seems pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's. I think
Olivier
it's a good.
Ducouteau will be on the stream later, I hope.
Another one. How did you say that again? I love that accent.
Olivier Ducouteau. And he's a very strong player, and people have been clamoring for his French-flavored English on the streams. So, okay, 4-2 for Yvon. I think making the 11 is good, especially when the 5 point is open.
Look, he's
Sixes are ugly now.
He's got a more of a blocking position here than a holding position. That's not a bad roll.
Yeah, he'll take
If he can
it.
survive, he certainly needs to get some game happening over here, Michaelis. He needs something or other.
Yeah, this is interesting. For me, I consider this position a bit more blitzy than anything else.
I would take this. It's a double shot that prevents him from making his bar or his 5 or even 4.
Yeah.
The back checker can't see daylight yet, so this is not bad, and he's very happy if it gets missed.
And he does
But
not.
if you do both, if you hit and make a point and step up to see daylight, it's probably
Play cube season.
it's probably the best roll.
I think he'd be deliriously happy with that. So it gives him a lot of life. This double 2 is an exquisite roll as well. The last one just steps up, right? Or you don't need to put another one on there. That's nice. Any bad?
I think stepping up's good because it forces the 6s. They don't play over there, so
he's gonna
it
be
gives him
hitting
his
with
best chance to get another block back.
Oh, not
And-
this 6. Obviously, he's not giving here. He's just going to try and scoop up those blocks.
Scoop up the point, or
He does not. He can make a 4 though, so he's got the board advantage. Because it's desperate to get in. He does, and he hits.
it's in very well. And this is what Michaelis has been looking forward to, having 2 blots to go after, and Evans saved his bacon there by being able to anchor up.
Yeah, this should keep the
So
cube at bay for
yeah.
at least a couple of rolls.
Yeah, and again, this is where what's that?
4-3.
Yeah.
This seems pretty reasonable. You could make the bar, but I don't think you want to be leaving direct shots against that kind of board. Double 6 can't run from the back. I think 3 are coming down, and 1's coming in. I don't really see the appeal of leaving a direct shot
but
on the ace.
he's going to just quietly build a board and hang on for double 3 or double 5, or now or even later when Michaelis has to clear his 10 point or so.
Well, I think he'd probably, if he gets like a 5-6, he's going to run.
Yeah.
It's a legend of the game, Dirk Sheeman, just walking past us. So the caliber of player that we have at this tournament. 1-4. Alright, and just playing the waiting game. That seems okay. Now, 4-3, so what are we looking at? Yeah, just keep making the board, keep making the board. I like that he keeps the blot on the 11 just to guard against any annoying 6s. This makes sense. This makes sense.
Well, yes, making the board not bad. Gives him race and gives him a board for the fly shots also. He's concerned that if he gets a fly, he's going to have 3 blots, but I think he needs to make the board. His alternative is to play 6 to 3 and 11 to 7. It's not too bad either.
Yeah, this is just fine.
Yeah.
Everything plays nicely. I'm not going to count the pips here, and at home I recommend you don't either. I don't think it's good enough for a cube. I don't think the race seems relatively.
I think White's 70 pips or something rather outside at a quick count.
5-1, just making points. I might be forced to come off the anchor sooner rather than later. This 6-2, I think you just slot the ace.
I tend to come in there for the bear off lady. You want the checkers where you want them in the bear off because of the race.
This is
I don't,
true.
you know, if he scoots away, he'll be happy where the checkers are, and if he doesn't, then you can slot the ace next roll. So he hasn't lost anything.
3-4. Saving 6s is a bit less necessary because a lot of 6s just don't play. So this is a better race.
1-6 doesn't play, 2-6 doesn't play, 4-6 doesn't play, double 6.
Yeah, so it's just 5-6 and 4-6.
And 3-6 doesn't do anything.
But no, 3-6 doesn't play either, or it didn't when he had the midpoint done. So it's just 5-6. But now 3-6 is the dream, or double 3 doesn't. 3-4, staying, right?
I think he'll stay for a roll.
Just when he's stripped like that, all he wants to do is going to pile on an attack. You'll even have some problem rolls here. 1/4 is okay. Once again, it's only 3-6 and 5-6, which will be forced off. Although I think with a lot of 5s, he'd probably leave anyway. This is a crunch.
I think it's okay. He's thinking about protecting against the 5-1 or so, so giving himself a couple of 5s just in case. This might be a little bit big to cube at this stage here, so.
Yeah, well, the take seems trivial to me. I don't think he can pass this. Yeah, he scoops that.
And he's
he's found a double 4, which plays well.
He shouldn't do it.
I might want to stay a little bit more flexible.
I like this though because he's got to go with 6s.
Yeah.
And then he will hit him. So.
The 1-4 he will not go.
Be interesting to see what the chatters tell us about the cube there.
4-2, okay, plays in pretty.
And I've already used the 4-2 line, so I'm not doing it again.
You have to find a new one.
Find a new one.
Double 3, you got to go.
We'll go with 2 all the way and then have a look. So.
Yeah, I think he counted the race before. He's got a decent idea in his head. And, if he doesn't, you can't really stay back with 1. Your counterplay is almost 0.
I don't know if I'd be feeling. I don't know if I'd be doing that there. I'd keep that option open, and I'd want to keep the exit checker, and I don't want to have one man there on the 5.
Yeah, I agree.
So I might have come off the 6 there.
So, but this race is still winnable for Ivan. He just needs one good shake, and he's right back in. And this might well do it. This really comes into the 5, I think. I don't see why you wouldn't.
That's a bit awkward there. Maybe a little fancy because he's left himself at 2-1 to pick up on an extra double. So he'd hate it if he was to roll that here.
But it pays off for double 5s.
It plays well for double 5, which I think played well regardless. So
I think you get one more checker off with that. Okay, 5-1 takes 2 off. Looks like he's got 5 off so far against 3, but he's looking like he might open up some gaps pretty soon. We're so far away from a recube here.
Is Evan just toying with him here?
I think he's just having a look to see what it looks like, but there's no way you can play this for the match. You need to roll the double first, I think, and then cash it. I don't think this can possibly be a recube. I could be wrong. Ivan is a stronger player than I am, so.
Yeah, I agree with you. I wouldn't be recubing here. There's no need.
You're so happy just to get to 10-3 anyway. Like if you roll something awkward, like 5-1 is pretty bad for Maniolis. 6-1 is alright. I just think it's better than alright. It rips one off the heavy 6 point. So we're looking at 10 checkers against 8 checkers. A 5 roll position because Maniolis is probably going to miss with at least 1. But it's an initial cube. At this score, an initial cube, I think I'd do it. A recube, no.
No, I think so. I mean, if he does, and our player says, "Well, I'm going to take this and roll it back,"
you don't want to sacrifice the match on a lucky double 6. 4-6, he's rolling well. He's rolling well. He's not missing, but he's got a gap on the 4, which could be costly.
Evan just needs to hold that cube. Now he's got some missing opportunities with consecutive 1s and the 3s.
3-5 still doesn't miss. Evan's very happy he hasn't cubed. 6-4. Okay, he doesn't miss. There's a lot of missing numbers here. That is not one of them, so no recube. Looking for any double from Ivan or any 1 from Maniolis.
This could be exciting, couldn't it?
And he rolls the 1. And this is you can't recube here because you got winning. Like you got 10 missing numbers. And there's one of them. So that was exciting.
A brave take there by a brave cube, I think, by Maniolis, and it paid off.
Yeah, I like it. if you saw any flickering imagery in the background, we had a resident photographer, Nesh from Serbia, who just came in and took our photos. Andrea says, yes, we are you trying to do something on the stream? Yes, we are. We are trying to install a Starlink to get it set up. Unfortunately, it won't be on this one, it'll be on the ladies one, just because we can't get access to the outdoors from here. But all of these matches are being recorded and they will be put online. So we're doing our best. It's just the internet connection here in relatively rural Greece is tricky. Okay, back to the action. 2-1. Okay. Make the 11.
Yeah, he has a different score or a different game. He might come on with a 2 and have some fun. But now he's quite safe.
Yep.
He's made an additional point, being the 11 point.
I think if Ivan doesn't roll well here, then we might see an early cube. Well, 6 away is not a particularly sensitive score. You'd be happy to have made a point, unstack that heavy 6. 3-1. Alright. If he can't move his back checkers, I think this has to be a cube. Unless he does something spectacular up front. Do you run here?
He does. That's he's going to have a look here. He's probably not going to cube, but he should think of these things. I agree with not cubing, which means it's probably wrong. I've put the jinx on him. I agree with his play.
You've agreed with at least the occasional correct play before, I think. So.
Occasional, they're very kind. Thank you, James.
I can't actually, Eve, I can't actually see at the moment how they are doing, but most of them seem to still be playing. Okay, 1-5. Is it worth slotting the bar here?
It might be worth hitting him here and slotting the bar. So that if he gets missed, he's going to improve his position. If he gets hit, he might come in and roll a 1-6-2-5 or 3-4. But I quite like that play. Yeah. Once again, not a lot of thought went into it, but I think it was the play.
Makes a lot of sense. This double ace is nice. You make the bar point, like a nice compact 4 prime, and yeah, it's fine. 5-4 is a fan. I think at this score, I'd probably cube. I know you got 3 back. We got a better board. He's on the bar. You're on your way to making a 4-point board. You can anchor.
And also, if he doesn't cover the 1 point and gets hit, he doesn't mind at all. So he's not happy being hit, but it doesn't hurt his game.
Yeah. And if the guy comes in, unless he comes in with.
So Eve's asking us about the other French players, but we're outside in a corridor here, and we have no idea how the other French players are going.
I can see there are no big smiles on either side, so we'll see how it's. Alright, 2-6 covers.
I don't know whether the 6 should be played first and look for the 2, or.
This seems like at least you'll have a strong cube if he doesn't come in 4-6. Now I think you got your defense set up. You've got a 4-point board. He's on the bar. You got a goalkeeper, so anything popping loose is gonna be a target.
These positions have an inherent weakness when there's a double gap, the 2 and the 3 point. So his threats aren't great, but his threats are cumulative. Like if our friend keeps dancing and stays on the room, more ammunition would come down. He'll be a little bit more flexible, but does he want to be gammoned here? He's got a lot to think about, and he should take his time. So
I think this is probably a take just because of the lack of ammunition.
And you're very happy if you come in. The thing is, you're going to be hit a lot. You're going to come in, let's say, half the time to make the maths easy, and you're going to be hit a little bit less than half the time. So
are there any very bad numbers here? A double 4, it doesn't play beautifully, but it's okay.
I'd take it.
I think just the small ones are 1-2. You're not doing a great deal. You're not bringing that much material. The double ace is a bit of a nothing.
So Evan, what are his thought processes here, rather than ours? Nobody wants to hear that.
I think he'll be going through the dice combinations. Like what's going to happen? How many crushing rolls does he have? How many terrible rolls does he have? How many? Like what happens if he just rolls something okay, and then if Ivan rolls something that's okay, just like maybe coming in deep and not doing anything particularly useful outside, and essentially weighing it up like that. That's how I think that he approaches these. I've never actually. I have analysed matches with him before, and it's very informative. We played a relatively silly match. We played in the French National Championships. Had one game which lasted about 45-50 minutes, and we analysed that together, and it was very interesting. He's an extremely strong player, very knowledgeable.
So I think what Evan's thinking is here that Michalis has got a better board. It's going to stay that way. He's also got the benefit of an anchor, so there's not too many things that can swing quickly. If he gets on and doesn't hit and get out, he's got problems all game. So maybe that point at this score is worth it. But probably close. It could be the stream will tell us there. So I would have thrown up the white flag there at that score for that 6th point.
Yeah, it's also that going to 3 away, 5 away is very different from 3 away, 4 away. So.
You've been thinking of these things before me, so I'll have to. I need another coffee. I need to wake up here. So,
you haven't started playing properly. Your brain will get into gear.
By the end of the stream, you think? So there we go. So.
It's coming up. It's in like 3rd or 4th year already. You get up to 5th, and then you just be purring along. Okay. What are we on? This is a double 2.
That's upgrading an anchor and making another point. So
yeah, you want to
the upgrade is something or other. If he makes the 11 point, it unstacks the midpoint, gives him lots of counterplay against that lot in the 5 point. Some players here like to run up thinking it's simplifying the game. I can't get primed. I'll never get gammoned. I'll make the 20 point now. But he doesn't need to because of the strict position of White's outer board. So
and the point made behind the anchor anyway.
He seems to have achieved 2 things: an upgrade of the anchor and an additional point. So
no, I think it's a smart play. I like it. So I think it's just runs. And normally you'd want to run off the 20 point and not leave that there as a target, but it will just be a target on the other side of the board. 1-5, the hit's natural, it comes down. 1-2. Costin with it, take Costin. 1-2. I'd probably hide a block. Probably come in on the 24 and hide.
Yes, because the point on the 8's not going to be broken to make an inner board point, so that's why that 10 to 8 I think is the play there. So then of course now he's created the 6-1 and the 4-2 and the 3-1 that he didn't have previously.
Yeah. 6-2. Yeah, very happy to run. About half the time he gets missed. So.
Yeah, no damage to hit, and we know that Evan's not going to double it.
Oh no. So 1s and 3s, he gets the 1. Sorry, 1s and 4s. The 5, yeah, he doesn't have anything better to do than just come in.
Doesn't need to slot that point. So if he comes on it, he's going to have a crack at him.
Okay, 1-5. This is going to build some towers.
So Black's got a nice position here. Once again, a 3-point board and an anchor. It doesn't need to do
no
too
longer
much.
an anchor. I think he's running off this. I don't see anything better.
Well, he will be attacked, so he doesn't see anything better. What he's going to ask himself here is, I'm happy to be attacked, and he is, because he's got a better board, 2 points deep.
4-6, I think it runs rather than hits loose. Yeah.
What's the race here?
It's pretty asymmetrical, so it's quite difficult to make out.
Yeah, so he doesn't want to. He probably doesn't want to hit here because he's outboarded. What's the gain? He hasn't got the world's best board.
Okay, so we play the waiting game. Leave the block there. Don't come out into the double shot. Although the advantage of going out into the double shot is that you don't get pointed on in the board. Okay. Here, I don't know if it's worth slotting the 11 and leaving the, what is it, double 4, 6, 4, double 2. 5-3 doesn't hit here. It gives you so much more flexibility if you do that rather than stacking up on the 6. I think it's probably
well, stacking up in the 6 is largely he's going to have more awkward rolls than not on the next play.
Yeah, this gives you some really nice accommodation. 6-4. He doesn't hit. He can't really come out, so he's going to make his board and hang back. I think he's now doing all right in the race and would run if he with a 5-6, 4-2. No, I think 4-2. You got to make your board point.
Well, I think if he makes the 9 point, he's taking away a number of the 6s. And he's likely to improve next time unless the other player rolls unless the other guy rolls double 4.
Yeah.
So
there's not much you can do about that.
So Evan is seriously going to now look at the race.
Yeah. He'll be having counting and possibly recounting.
Two, and it's a little handy lead. I mean, what is it here? You've got 2 there, so 2, 4, 2, 4, 2 there. Is he happy to cube here? I think he might be.
I don't think he loves it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He's your practice, and I suggested he'd be happy cubing here with his lead.
Well, French people are never happy. So,
here we go.
Okay.
Michaelis had already made his mind up when Evan was thinking.
Yeah.
Michaelis said, "I'm not taking this."
Yeah, I think it's something that all players should do. Is use your opponent's thinking time to count the race, to assess it, like what you do. Time management is one of the harder things to learn in backgammon, I find. Sometimes you see young, very talented players where they get into trouble because they're not used to managing that resource.
And Michaela is going to be aware that when he cubes, he's giving Evan the match if he loses.
Amir said he was 23 pips down in the race. So.
Who said that?
Amir.
Yeah, you could, thank you, Amir. It's something I got to 20 and stopped counting.
So this is enough. This is interesting. I think you can stay for more contact because your board is better.
I was distracted there. What have we got here? So
a beautiful 4-3 that Evan will grab with both hands.
He's just going to sit there now until he rolls a clearing double.
Okay, we are in the most classic of situations, the mutual holding game. Although, is it time to run already? No, I don't think so.
6-1, no, it wouldn't run.
Not with a weaker board and a relatively even rise.
He doesn't need to. He can just sit there, he can dump behind. He's got, I don't know how many rolls before he can roll a clearing double.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of time.
This is a position where it's likely that he'll just end up with blots galore in his home board and he won't care. Because he's going to roll a double 2, 4, 5 or 6 at some stage. So I'd come off the 6 point here for, even though I'd come off the 6 there just to preserve a bit of flexibility. What's happened on the stream?
I think so. The chat disconnected, so I just wanted to come back on and see what was happening. Okay, 4-2. Mutual holding is more tough than the normal holding. It's a bit double jeopardy. Normal holding, you just play automatically, I think.
Yeah, so I'm not 100% convinced it was right, but I would have liked to have been dumping off the 6 point a bit because now he's stripped on all the 4 points on his own. Sorry, I don't need my hand here because the stream can see. But he's stripped on the 7 and 8 and 12 and 20, 13 and 20. So,
so I'd say this game is pretty even at the moment. It's all going to come down to who can come off their anchor best and earliest.
Yes. And I don't think any player is reaching for the cube anytime soon.
No. Too dangerous for both. Especially these mutual holding games, you almost never cube when it's
so
still.
So what have we got here? 4-1?
4-1. Yeah, he's got to break his 8 point. It gives him a bit more flexibility, which is fine. I don't think he had much of a choice. He could have broken the 7.
Yeah,
possibly.
But so Solve being stripped a little bit now because he's got a couple of 6s. He's got a 6 and he's got a 5,
You know, Michaelis is not looking too flexible either.
I wouldn't be putting the match on the line just yet.
Oh no, there's nowhere near the cube. It's way too even.
Taking his time.
Oh, I think we having some questions. Not sure what's happening. Some kind of dispute. I don't know what's going on. Okay, they're back. All right, he looks like Michaelis found the double six first, and now we might see a cube unless Evan finds something similar.
Play the first turn and consider playing that or bringing down. I think is it, because you don't have too many points to clear in front of the anchor now. So it looks cute to stay in the 14 and make the 7, and then you're stripped again. So
Yeah.
I think it's well played there by Michaelis. Having said that,
I'm curious what they are discussing here. Because if it's... Yeah. Okay. 4-3.
so Michaelis now will just use classic holding game count, whether to cube or not.
Yeah, I don't
we've got-
think the score is going to affect his cube decision too much here. He might be a bit more conservative.
A little bit, because it's we can calculate the money and the 0-0 score, but this score it will come into his thinking.
Yeah, the problem is he's got those 6 checkers which are behind the anchor, which greatly reduce flexibility. And
He's happy. He's going for it. He's happy
going for it.
He's happy to be dropped there. He's probably a little bit braver than me, but this looks like it, and he's cashing.
Okay.
Point.
I mean, it says take point for black is lower than for money, about 18%. Okay. All right, let's it go. We are at the greatest score, 208, 408, the most fun score. I love it. It's actually much more fun to play when you're the losing player. Because you can ship the cube early and then just absolutely go for it. Okay. 1-5. Hit any bad entering number. Pretty much any number that doesn't anchor or hit will be cubed. Like this, for example. Yeah, Amir would have taken that. I couldn't count the race, but seemed takeable. Okay, 5-4. I'm surprised. I would have cubed that.
I'm still just thinking about the previous game, and I think you might have wanted to have taken it.
Here, I'm not sure I like putting blocks around. I think I might rather come out.
I'm still stuck in the previous game, so I went too quick. I hadn't counted it, but I think it was an easy take. He still maintained his slight lead. It would have been 9-8.
Would have been fine.
9-8.
Two-way, three-way, two-way, four-way is so similar.
But it could have also been over. 2 points is 2 points. The chat will tell us on the other computer. Was that a take there?
People, I mean, it says looks like an easy take. Georgios Kyriakos is incredulous that he passed it to go to 2-away, 4-away. Okay, because finds the cube. Excellent cube. I think he has to take it just because he's not on the bar yet. Double 2, he is now. He is now. Yeah. Now he is gammon go. He just bring it.
He's saying, for God's sake, here I need an anchor.
And he gets one. And not only gets an anchor, he gets 2 towers. What a bargain. Okay. 1-3. Things are looking pretty good. Evan has a lot of bad numbers here. That is not ideal. Yeah, you make that and you make the 2 point, I think. You're leaving a shot, whatever happens. Yeah, maybe a spare on the 7th.
Yeah, on the 7th's not bad because it gives him a lot more combinations to make the 5 and the 4 and even the 3.
Yeah, you maintain some outfield pressure as well, but you get a better board. And,
better board, I suppose you've got that there and you can strain him a little bit on ones. The chat's saying over there.
Okay, he splits into.
There's a well-known personality coming out to say hello there.
A certain president of a certain federation. and a certain captain of a certain country's team. Let me introduce, ladies and gentlemen, to
I will join you.
Bernard Mayer. Welcome to the chat. Welcome.
Come close, Bernard.
Let me see if I can put the camera back a bit so we can get everybody.
Thanks for beautiful streams.
He's having some issues with the chat.
Yeah, there's been some various lag and things like that. But
let's just say Evans just rolled a much needed 3 after taking a cube. So,
yeah. And now he's rolled 2 more. Okay. All right. Okay, 4-2. What's the race looking like? I can't tell. But it's going to be pretty tricky for Evan to get out. He'd be loving the double fours. 4-2, I don't think he can move. Yeah, this seems fine.
It should be quite equal the race, yeah.
Well, he needs to think.
I don't think you can split. There's too much attack.
Yeah, splitting would have had someone to be happy in the split. He'd been whatever. So it was big to split, but worth thinking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Because his position's going to deteriorate very quickly unless he rolls 4-6.
4-6 is.
He needs to go. He needs to go.
Yeah, you don't have a choice here. And 4-6 is great because the other one is on the indirect.
Well, see, he's got a 3-point board, but he's got the 2, 3, and 4 open like an accordion.
Yeah.
Stretch, so that's weak. If not now, when? So
exactly. You just got to seize
I
the
think
day.
Evan, that's it, and it's got some gammons here if they both get picked up and closed out.
Yeah, this is the moment of danger. Does he have anything? 5-1. You got to hit. You don't have a choice. You now have to go for it. And pray that Ivan doesn't come in and then especially doesn't hit. Now any hit could be curtains here. 1-5 is a fan. This could be a very costly fan. 8 will hit. 3-1 covers and probably goes to the 7. Maximum builders.
4-5 versus 3-4 and 2-5, but I think maximum builders here.
Yeah, absolutely. Double 6, Ivan is an unhappy man. 4-5 is making the 4-point, I think.
Yep.
Using 2-5, 2-6.
A little over 10% chance here.
Amir said he would run in DMP, but not at pure gammon save. 1-2. Alright. Ivan is not out of this yet. If Michaelis doesn't manage to pick up that last checker, it's going to greatly reduce the gammon chances. But Ivan really needs the 2 here.
What he's thinking here is that he's trying to work out where I want to be. Pay now, pay later.
Alright, he's not coming in.
5-3
hits, he puts the second one on the bar. Now unless he can roll a double 2, this is going to be a very difficult one to save. 1-5, still not coming in. 6-3 or double 6. Closes, and now the gammons are through the roof. I think unless he can get a shot, then this is going to be very hard to save. I put a builder on the 6-point here.
So Michaelis will know this is his technique now. Take your time.
Yeah.
Protect against the anti-jokers.
Double 6 is fine, double 5 is fine, everything plays well. 6-4 is ugly but plays fine. Oh, that's actually very ugly. Probably his worst roll.
Yeah.
You stack the ace or you take one off?
Well, if he wins, he wants to win the gammon to take off. Because the 4 points open on the other side, he can be a little bit more aggressive in this position. That's paid off for him. Take him off. There we go. If the black board was better, he might be a little bit more cautious over here. But yeah, he would love to win 4 points here for some reason.
Yeah.
Not sure, but winning 4 he'd be very happy with.
Well, everyone's happy to bring at least one in. 5-2 only takes 1 off.
That's an important one, yeah.
Okay, so he comes in and makes a crossover. I don't think he's favoured to save the gammon, but it can certainly happen.
We can,
so
we can trace back this to leaving the anchor.
Yeah,
which looked the play, other than perhaps at the score.
Yeah,
So,
the people in the chat are pouring scorn on that decision.
let me lean over there.
Yes, another big blunder. Never leave your anchor at pure gammon save. Run in DMP, but not in pure GS. Let's see if he's going to pay for it. It looks like he might well do so.
We would like, as a stream, we'd like to have another game
Oh,
here.
absolutely.
It's going to come
Okay.
down 5.
You
Yeah,
wanna-
Double's got to produce. He's got 1s and double 4s. So I don't think he.
Yeah, you gotta save
The double 4. You just have to wear that.
the. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, that's 1s. What else he got here?
A 1-4 doesn't save
Yeah.
it.
So,
Yeah. No, he was on the 13 point. Yeah.
that is helping him out. Play a 5, then they can't.
Yeah, 5 is clear. The 3 is because it's double 4 and 1-4 if you
Yeah,
go
when you
out.
miss the other way, you'll miss with all of the ones.
Except double 1.
Take a deep breath, Devin. Come on.
Yeah.
Take a deep.
Do you clench your buttocks and 1 and something doesn't matter.
This is where they should be allowed to roll the dice one at a time.
And he gets it.
Okay,
He gets off
okay.
the gammon.
All right.
Oh, we are on DMP.
DMP.
I love it. It has all the classic scores. It's great.
But giving up the anchor there is a big thing at that score because it's free rolling. He's going to be attacked. It looked a natural play, but you have to back off a little bit from it.
Yeah.
And maybe sacrifice the board. My first instinct there was to run, but I'd like to think that I would come to my senses.
They said running from an anchor was a mistake, yeah?
Saying that?
Yeah, they are saying that was the play I was actually looking at, just because it's the play that wins most games.
Yeah, I think so too, yeah.
But it does lose gammons, which is unfortunate. All right, so the cube goes, and we are at pure DMP. 6-3 a hit. Do we get a return?
How is it standing in the overall match?
I don't know. I can't see it at the moment, unfortunately. I should move the scoreboard a little bit.
So he's got in the slot here, and it looks quite reasonable. His alternatives come on with 5 and play 24 to 23.
4-5. I will ask. Okay, you're hitting, and you're making a point.
He didn't look at the not slotting there, but probably doesn't matter. Just continue.
Here,
Just continue.
yeah, make it to the 18.
Rule, nice rule. It's early in the game, and you don't need 3 men on the 24 point. So.
This is a good rule of thumb. This is a little bit ugly. I'd probably bring 2 down, or you could give up the 15 point.
No, I wouldn't give it up. Where do you put it? You don't want to go to the 6, so I would just play 13 to 4.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an ugly stack on the 6 point. He is going to hit you with 3s, 8s, and 10s.
So the 15 is a useful point.
Yeah, for now, so just play.
Okay, he goes for the running play. He's running a little low on time, a minute and a half left. It should be fine. 5-3 hits.
3 hits.
Put his hits from the 18.
Yep.
It's exciting. Greece is leading 1-0 and another double match point right now.
Wow.
Oh wow! Okay.
There we are. We've hit the fly off the roof, so that's good. Doing another double 6 on a 1 point board. There were a few in the opening game.
Oh yeah, there were 3.
So
it was crazy.
Just get him off the 5 point.
Which one do you hit here?
On the 5, you don't need to. You don't want 6 men on your 6 point at any stage. In
And
this
you
game.
really don't want it to anchor on that.
Yeah, you don't want him to anchor it. So he's short on time. The natural play is 6 to 5.
I don't like this.
Now, if he comes on here with a double 4 or double 2 or any 5, we're going to have a long game.
Good morning, Dice Man USA.
Good morning, nice man, USA.
A very niche superhero. A very niche superhero. So, this is so ugly.
Didn't someone once love the smell of 7 men on the 6 point in the morning?
It's better than 7 on the ace point, but it's, I think it's so ugly. Like, what are you doing next roll?
Again?
This is surprising for me. I would dare to make this mountains.
Yeah, like, what is the future in this? You got so much work to do. What are you hoping for? You're hoping for a 5-3.
Yeah, he got a 5-3. But once again, we can track a lot of this back to that ugly stack early, and the one was to put 2 on the roof and fight for the point.
Yeah.
Mitchie says, fight for the point.
Yeah, you fight for the valuable
Very early in the game, so...
I know, like, you have this 2-1, which... Like, why? You don't need to play this safe.
Yeah.
He's got 5 men back.
Play to the 10 point, then you're going to have a good 6-3, you're going to have a good 6...
And because he's just going to make his board better and better. Eve says they play like... No, Eve, you don't play that ugly. Double 4. Okay, this is a pretty nice one. Do you make the 2 or do you come down with 2?
I make the long term 2.
I make the 2. So that's how you get rid of a stack.
It does unstack. It does unstack. Alright, he's in.
He's in.
With that, and sure, just go to the 5. You don't need too many drops. You need to recirculate. Does he have the timing? Oh, making the 7 point is so nice against that heavy and 24 point.
But
6 is played so badly now.
Well, this game is very likely to go into a well-timed 1-point game, and we know there's a lot of wins there, so there's quite a bit of backgammon to come.
Oh, this 4-6 is beautiful. I think you just got to run.
Yeah.
And then I see also do something really creative and slot.
No, you don't want the 2 point here.
The 2 point is not...
Getting hit doesn't hurt you at all.
You find the checker that wants to move. 6-2. Yeah, just down with 2. You're not that worried about being hit. You don't love it, but you get a better board, so it'll give you a bit of time to bring people in. Yeah, Yorgos says when you roll like this, there's no problem. 5-1. Ooh. You go to the 7?
13-7, I think so.
You could go to the 6 and 3-2,
but
I don't like that either.
But then it's harder to get that man home. So,
True.
But here you've got double 3 and double 6 that don't really play all that well for you.
So 6s will hit, and 6s do
Sixes will hit.
and they come around.
And
They would have
again,
been hit either way.
and again, just keep it going. He's not concerned about being hit.
Okay. Oh, hits. That's a vital shot for Evan. Double 5. It's a little bit fast. Do you make the 3 point?
I wouldn't make the 3 point here. So.
And what else are you doing? You're just coming all the way around to... you come down to the 10
I suppose
and
you've
slot
got
the
some merit.
7.
I mean, you've got to make it sooner or later. What else are you going to do? And if he hits the fly or